Welcome to Freedom and Glory, Tales of American Spirit, where every flag tells a story, and so does every person who raises one. Join Liz Morris and Bill Lume for conversations with people making a difference in their communities, reminding us that even the smallest actions can spark lasting change.
Today, thank you so much for joining us. This is Turquoise Parker.
Yeah.
She's an educator and community leader in Durham, North Carolina, and she's the founder of Bull City Food Raiser, a grassroots effort that began with helping a single student's family and has grown into a huge program that I'm so excited to hear more about. And her story is a powerful reminder of how noticing one need and choosing to act can create lasting change across the community. So thanks for being here, Turquoise.
Thank y'all for the invitation. I feel special.
You are special.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I feel special.
Well, can you start by telling us about yourself and also definitely where you got those beautiful frames?
Let me see. What do I have on? My frames are from Zulu.
Okay.
And I do not wear lenses in my frames because I see better without lenses. I'm just for the aesthetics here.
Oh, they look great.
Thank you. But Zulu, and they're not expensive either, so hit them up. I'm not a paid advertiser either, but they can if they want. I am the media coordinator at Lakewood Elementary School in Durham, North Carolina. This is my 15th year teaching and my 11th year in Durham Public Schools. Absolutely love it. Don't want to do another job. I love it. The kids, just amazing. And this is the end of in September will be the end of my 6th year as the NEA director for North Carolina. So I serve on the board of directors for the National Education Association and the North Carolina Association of Educators. So I am just a little busy, nothing too major. But this engagement along the way is what has been able to bring the food raiser to the expansive, mind-blowing, unimaginative, if that's the word, level that I never imagined it would be. It started, as you said, in 2015 when one family, a mom came to me. I was in my classroom after school, and she came in asking if there's anywhere I knew that she could get food for the kids for while we would be out for that 2-week winter break. Mm-hmm. And that is just ridiculous in this country that people are trying to figure out a way to get food for a 2-week break when school is closed. Like that's just outrageous. And so my husband and I took care of them, made sure they had gifts, food, all the things. And then the Lord just continued to press on my spirit that if one family is experiencing this, there are probably countless more. So I sent out a text message. My friends call those Turk alerts, which signals that there's something going on that we need to pay attention to. Sent a message, and within about 36 hours, I received enough to be able to send all 22 of my students home with a bag of groceries and a gift for winter break just in like a few hours. And that's not me. That's just the heart of the community. And the next year it grew to being able to, we raised about $1,000 some. So we were able to do the whole 3rd grade. Then 2017, we raised about $2,000-ish, and we were able to do 2 grade levels, every child in 2 grade levels. 2018, we raised about $5,000, $6,000, and we were able to feed my whole school, every child at our school. 2019, we raised about $14,000, and we were able to do every child at 3 schools. 2020, we raised about $50,000, so we were able to do 7 schools. 2021 is when it really exploded, and we did $103,000, and
wow.
we were able
to
do 12 elementary schools. Every child at 12 elementary schools. So that equals out to about 5,000-ish bags of food. Each bag weighs, I think it's about 13 pounds, something like that. And since then, we've been able to do it for winter break and spring break. Those times are chosen because those are the 2 times that schools are closed food and nutrition services are closed. So those times are just tough. But in the summertime, school districts have satellite locations, and even sometimes every school is a spot where families can go to get food. So that's just my heart's work. And I'm not by myself on this one. Lord knows I can't. It's a lot of hands, a lot of hearts, a lot of minds.
Were you surprised at the need? I mean, seriously, well, there are a lot of things I bet you're surprised at, but just the initial need that is there within the school system.
I was not, only because I grew up as a single my mom was a single mom. Mm-hmm. And so I understood this. My mom was a single mom, and she was an educator in North Carolina. So she was not getting paid really what she deserved. So she was trying to literally make ends meet. And it was something about that, not knowing what I was going through. My mom handled it with so much grace that I never knew. But then there's that magical thing called growing up and becoming an adult. I just don't know why we have to do that. But you grow up, you see these things happening, and then recollection, like, wow, I think that might have been my lived experience, but I never knew it.
You never knew you were poor.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say we were poor,
no, but
I never knew that the need was truly there, and I just didn't know because my mom polished everything so well, and in retrospect, I'm like, how did you do that? You know? But I see this need in my students every day because relationships are everything. Being in community with their families, I'm allowed to see a beautiful look into their lives and the needs that they have, that they genuinely need support filling those voids and gaps.
Cool. Are kids pretty open with teachers versus parents? I mean, do you get a snapshot of the child? Maybe one a parent doesn't even see, but, I think as a parent myself, we tend to assume things of our kids. Well, like you're young, you don't know what's really going on. But, these kids are smart today. A lot smarter than I think we give them credit for. So, I mean, what kinds of things do you hear? I mean, and the only reason I bring it up is because teachers play such an important role. And what you've done, I would hopefully could be mirrored in other schools across the country. That'd be awesome. But
yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I believe wholeheartedly that relationships they are everything. You cannot trust somebody who you don't know. And if I don't know the real you, then I don't really want to be around you. I'm definitely not getting ready to be vulnerable with you to let you know my needs. But it's December. When that mom came to me, it was December. We were just days away. So that meant I had just started teaching her child in August. And that meant we had already had pre-report card. We had just met at open house. And then we had our first quarter report card conference. And then we had our class fall festival. And then we had our class Thanksgiving dinner. So I had multiple opportunities to be in community and get to know them and them get to know me. All of those things are unassuming. Just being so we're a class, we're a community. We spend 7 hours a day, every day. We better learn how to like each other. So we get this, yes. We get these opportunities, and I want the kids and their families to be in that learning community where they are, so they can feel it, and they see that I am organizing this around them, and so they're like, you know what, this lady might not be as woo as we think. Like, she might actually like these kids, and I trust her. So we had many opportunities to build a relationship over those August, September, October, November, for her to eventually open up to me and share a great need. And that's just not something that kids or adults are going to do, which is why I said which is why I think that the Lord just kept pressing my spirit, because there are so many reasons why people don't share their need. Many reasons. And we can't always blame it on like pride. Like, it's just a lot of reasons. And so you can have relationship and still not want to ask, but it's necessary because you need it. Talking about teaching a lesson, I do a very foundational financial literacy lesson. And two of the biggest things are needs and wants, and having kids understand needs and wants, earning and giving. And those 4 words hold a lot of weight. But I tell my kids, those 4 words, relationship is at the core of those, because you're going to need people to get your needs, to get your wants, goods, services, earning, saving. Like, you're going to need that. You're going to need relationship, because you're going to need, and we need each other to survive. And I don't want anything from you if I can't trust you. And I learn how to trust you if we're in relationship with each other.
Yeah, relationships are everything.
They learn that through you as a media coordinator, or what? Now I'm just so curious. I love that message.
So when I started the Food Raiser, I was teaching 2nd grade only. And then I had came from teaching 4.5 years in the Chapel Hill Carrboro City schools, came to Durham Public Schools, and I came as a 2nd grade teacher, and I loved it. 2nd grade is probably the best grade. I always say that I'm not sure if it's God's will for my life to teach humans past 11, because they become somebody totally different come January. I don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. But 2nd grade, I'm with them all day. And then the 3rd grade, then I taught 5th grade, came back down to 2nd grade, and then I became media coordinator. Media coordinator, my position is used more as a teaching position. So I'm on a fixed schedule along with art, music, PE, teach the whole school. Wow. So I would say my colleagues and I, like my specialist teammate, my art teacher teammate, music teacher teammate, my PE teacher teammate, and my Spanish teacher teammate, I would say we know about 97% of the students in the school, and our school is about 440-ish kids. So, it's nothing to walk around and be like, and they're getting out the car, streaming down the hallway, and I mean, like, hey, good morning, insert name, good morning, insert name. Sometimes I shock myself that I know that many names, but it's that opportunity to come in, and they have to like your class too. So the class starts off with this mantra, this affirmation that I've been doing for about 12 years now, where it's call and response first, where it's like a series of questions. What type of practice? Practice makes excellence. What do you always do? Step your game up. What are you? I am a leader. What do you never do? Never give up. And then it's like a couple more questions. Then it goes into in chorus, they say, I'm creative, I am gifted, I am excited about my future, I am a leader, I am a scholar, I am valuable and worthy, I am greatness, and greatness follows me everywhere I go. I am awesome. I take my education seriously because it is the most powerful weapon I have. My education will change the world. No one will stop me from achieving my goals. I am going to graduate from high school. I am going to graduate from NCCU because they know they have to go to North Carolina Central University. I am Durham's future, and I am growing. And every child at Lakewood Elementary says that every time they come to my class. That's how you build relationship, and that's how you build trust and community and love and respect, because they know I believe in you, and then I'm saying this with you. So you saying this to me, I'm saying this to you. We got something special here. We can move mountains.
There's not going to be a pop quiz, is there?
For you, yeah.
Yeah, see, I knew it. I've never been the teacher's pet, ever. I've often wondered what that's like.
I was watching you, too.
Yeah, I was trying to pay attention. But getting back on what you've accomplished, because all of this is done through a relationship. So for someone else, I mean, forget that. How did you do that? Because you're totally reliant on other people for everything, right? Yeah. So how'd you do that? And I'll take notes.
You should. I don't hide a thing, because this is something that is needed in every community. So I have no need to hide, and everybody can't do everything. So it started, I sent a text message out to everybody in my phone and said, And I have a screenshot of it from my friend who I sent and was like, hey, I'm trying to send my kids home with food for Christmas break. Can you anything? Cheerios, Lucky Charms, Chef Boyardee, oatmeal, anything. If you could drop it by my classroom by Thursday at 2:00, I can bag it up, get it to them on Friday. And the community responded. One person in particular, his name is T. Greg Doucette. He's a local attorney in Durham. He and I had met a couple of months before that. We met through some political work that we were doing. And he was one of the people I sent a text message to, and it really tugged at his heartstrings. And so again, relationships are everything. So he used his connections by spreading it through his social media accounts. Then I was spreading it through mine. Another person saw it and shared it and shared it. And I mean, the genuineness of wanting to make sure kids are fed is not something that's like, let me see.
Yeah, nobody's going to debate you on that.
Like, I don't know about that. I just want to make sure kids have food for winter break. Simple. I'm not asking you for a gift card to give these families. Now, if you want to do that, I will make sure they get it. But I'm just asking for food. Greg and I did that one more year, and then we realized Greg, he just continued to stay like with me on this journey, and my husband was there all the time, and I'm not even dragging him along. He's feeling this too. Like, if it's good, if it's a cause for you, it's a cause for me. So let's do it. The three of us were like, you know what? Let's not worry about getting food donations anymore. Let's just raise money. We raised money, and we just did a GoFundMe. We sent out, this is the PayPal link. We sent out Cash App. This is Venmo, like anything you can give. And then we had folks just so in awe that they were like, well, I'll match. And I'm like, I don't even know you, but thank you. And then one of the items in the bag was Go-Go Squeeze. And one of the kids mentioned, whoa, I've always wanted to have Go-Go Squeeze. Only rich people get Go-Go Squeeze. And that's applesauce. It's a brand of applesauce. But that's just how capitalism works in this world, to where you see like, whoa. So Go-Go Squeeze heard that, and all of a sudden I got an email, and Go-Go Squeeze partnered with us, and they sent pallets and pallets of applesauce for I don't know how many years. And then someone tagged a Costco. Costco provided a bunch of book bags. They donated like their U-Haul services. Home Depot, Lowe's, they sent several of their staff members just to volunteer. I could keep going with the amount of like community support. It's nowhere to get. There's no way we get there without community support.
Well, logistically. Okay, that was a good question coming, I bet. You want to talk about that.
Logistics.
Well, I heard your opening, and you went from 1,000 to now well over 100,000, probably more than that at this point. But that buys food. Mm-hmm. Someone's got to distribute it. It's got to get to all these kids in all these schools.
Oh yeah.
So how do you accomplish that?
Oh, y'all got to come. It looks like a baby Costco. I'm not even joking. Like I will show you the pictures or videos. It looks like a baby Costco. You walk in the door, and as soon as you walk in, first of all the packing is done at my school in the gym. Shout out to my principal and the custodians, and because it shuts down the parking, one of the parking lots at the school. It shuts down the gym and the cafeteria for 4 days. Because what happens is you walk in the gym. On the right, there's the big wall of Cheerios. So you're talking about like 5,000 boxes of Cheerios in an elementary school gym, not a middle or high school gym.
Yeah.
Then you have pallets of peanut butter. Then there's green beans, baked beans, green beans, baked beans, black beans, corn. Then there's chicken, tuna, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, oatmeal. What's another one? The
Well, do you have people come in and they load their own bags?
Yes. So it's
like a shopping experience.
It is down to a logistics. Like the bag has to even be stacked a certain way because we measure them. We have like 4 U-Hauls outside, and we put like the bags have to be stacked. Like literally, the cereal has to be at the back. The peanut butter has to be on the right side of the cereal. The corn has to be on top of the peanut butter. It's just because we learned how many bags go across and how many go down based off of the slimness of the bag. And then we know that, for example, Bethesda Elementary School has 375 students. That means we can say, when we take the U-Haul, take the whole bottom, take the first 13 rows, leave 6 and the top. And we know that because of how the bags are packed. Now, the volunteers, that's how this happens. So there are SGAs from like the local high schools, the basketball varsity and junior varsity boys basketball team at Southern Durham High School. They are my rock stars. Those are my rocks. They come in there and they are amazing. I mean, fraternities, sororities, church groups, marching bands, students from my alma mater, North Carolina Central, students from Duke. Both of those campuses are close. I mean, it's amazing. I post it far and wide. And my social media pages are pretty public, so and I don't mind people sharing it. And so it's grown from us struggling to make it happen in 5 days to this year, we finished packing 5,000 bags in 2 days.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We totaled about 1,000 volunteers in December.
That's a lot of love. Really.
I wrote on one of the bags the first, one of the years we had to deliver them to their doors. And I wrote, "Love Mrs. Parker," and a whole lot of people. Because it's not just me. I would never take credit for it. Was my idea, but I just am grateful for people believing in this vision.
Yeah, that is an awesome story.
We send a newsletter. Not often, but when we do, it's worth opening. Stories like the ones you hear on this show. Ideas for how to mark the moments that matter. First look at what's new. If that sounds like something you'd want in your inbox, sign up at freedomandglory.com.
I know it sounded like you also work for the state, or what was the
NEA?
NEA, yeah. I mean, are they supportive, or are they how? I don't know. How do they also lift all this up?
So this year in particular, the more that they have looked at the story, the NEA, offers these different platforms that I'm offered the opportunity to step onto to share this, because it is definitely, again, it's getting food in families' hands. Again, there's nothing. It's food.
Yeah, not political.
It's nothing political about, there is, but getting kids food, just give the money and get the food. And so the NEA has been so supportive, has definitely lifted up this project, and has introduced me to different people who have different organizations who want to match, and who have just a large platform who just will share. That gets a lot of, it's gotten me a lot of opportunities on Capitol Hill to lobby our elected officials to let them know what's happening, and how this continues to the kids at the elementary school, they only get bigger, and they go to middle school and they go to high school, and that need, unfortunately, the way that capitalism works in these United States, that need doesn't stop when they get promoted to 6th grade. Those demographics shift to the middle school, and then they shift to the high school. And so since the food raiser has been able to grow, we've been able to support a few middle schools and a few high schools where the demographics of those 12 elementary schools have just shifted to the higher levels. And the 12 elementary schools we choose are schools whose free and reduced meal rate is at 90% or higher.
Wow.
Now, Durham Public Schools, and I can't remember the fancy acronym, Durham Public Schools has, I cannot remember the name of it, but it's allotted to where no child pays for breakfast or lunch at all anymore. But the data, it can still be ripped apart and like found raw data that these schools still need like a significant amount of support. And again, the economic need just continues to pass along. It's an incredible injustice that this is what families are feeling at the holidays.
Yeah.
Mind also the pressure of providing gifts at a time where it's tough, and it's not even just sometimes families like we think that don't have, like my mom example, my mother, 2-3 master's degrees, single mom, and she's still like trying to piece things together. And a bag like this certainly would have been helpful. You think about, there are educators, paraprofessionals, our bus drivers, custodians, data managers, cafeteria staff, our literacy coaches, second grade teachers, who also could use one of these bags too, because we are stretching as well. And if you think about a family who has like 3 kids at one of those schools, that's 3 bags that they're getting. That's going to help. That's going to put a nice little dent,
Yeah.
in our pantry, in our refrigerator.
So what's your goal from here then? And
First,
obviously, it's growing every year.
Yeah, I want to be able to keep doing this at winter break, spring break, and then I'd like to be able to cover the entire middle school. Like, because right now when we do the middle and high schools, we don't get every child at the school. We get to do just a small portion, but I'd really, really like to do the middle schools and high schools that have the same matching need, but all the kids. Because I know we took them to one of the middle schools and all the bags got taken, and one of the teachers reached out and said her student was like, "Are there any more of those bags left?"
Ooh, that's
and
tough.
they were all gone. And so my hope and prayer is that we can get middle school and high school done completely, just like we get those 12 elementary schools. And, first Durham, then North Carolina, and then the country.
I like that. Big plans.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen.
What message are you, or what are you lobbying for on Capitol Hill?
At this, and I'll be up there on Thursday.
Nice. Okay.
I'll be up there on Thursday. But the main thing that we are listening to, because that's the beautiful part. I watched a documentary the other day that was talking about sometimes, I want to say it was Septima Clark mentioned the loudest leader in the room is sometimes the most quiet person because they understand how to listen. And then you take that lesson and you teach it. You listen, turn that listening into a lesson and teach it. And that's what going to those lobby days are. And so sharing the message that we have a lot of families, we have to look at this immigration topic, especially in this area of North Carolina. We have to make sure that we look at a cost of living adjustment for our retirees, because then they fall in that category of who might need a bag of food as well. And then we're looking at an actual pay bump for our education support professionals, like our groundskeepers, speaking of this weather and how they were working around the clock to clear these school parking lots. And they're not a 100-man front, staff trying to clear, especially a county like Wake County. That's a lot of property for how many staff members, So thinking about understanding, reminding, our elected officials, one job should be enough. And then we have, of course, our historically Black colleges and universities, making sure that they are not, the funding is not ripped from them. And then, of course, there's always like public education, child hunger, because again, that just should not happen in the United States. We're not talking about a new Apple Watch or a new phone or a new pair of shoes. We are simply talking about food. And the food, and even just stepping back a little bit, the food in those bags is intentional. It's not just something thrown in there. It's intentional that no matter your living circumstances, you can use that food in that. And you don't need a stove for any of it. You can use it, the microwave. You can eat, that stuff in there is, you don't need a stove at all, because it's just important that families have what they need. And that's the main purpose of lobbying, is making sure families have what they need. And listening, going back to relationships, listening, lifting those stories up to people who have decision-making power that impacts millions of people. And I think I would say for sure that I see the faces of, the 400 and something kids at my school when I'm up there, and their families. And I'm encouraged, because those buildings are huge and those steps are a lot. And Capitol Hill is not a little, it's not a little walk through the mall. It's a nice, I'm encouraged though, looking, just thinking about their faces and their stories and how they love school. They love their teachers, their bus driver, their cafeteria workers, and making sure that I'm up there fighting for them. And it's my colleagues, I think about them too. I want them to stay, so let me advocate for them too, so that positions don't get cut. It's a beautiful opportunity. I mean, the other thing too is people sending grant opportunities too. I've been able to apply for grants to go towards the food raiser, and people are just generous when they see that this is a very genuine initiative. They're like, yes, let's.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. You're very passionate and inspiring, I think, for sure. So I feel like that energy has brought those people around you that have made this possible.
For sure.
But that's cool. I think, people on Capitol Hill are just people too. And I feel like it probably is really impactful that you're going up there and sharing. Well, I think I read that you also were honored with a presidential lifetime achievement or the food raiser, or I want to hear about how that came about. And
I thought it was spam when I got the email. I was, are you sure you meant me? Like, I'm just I'm just a little librarian in Durham, like at an elementary school. I genuinely thought it was spam, and not like a yay me, but it's similar to how my husband and I were invited on a game show because of the food raiser. This game show called The Wall, and The Wall is not a show where you can like submit an application to go on there. Okay. You have to be invited, and they invite people who've done something significant in their community. And when I got that email, I didn't respond, similar to the one about the presidential award, because I thought it was spam. Like, nobody is sending me an email to be on a game show, and certainly not for the president of the United States to honor me. Get out of here. Similarly to when I got the email about being on CNN, I was like, who is hacking my stuff? And then it just came. And then, now the David, I think you pronounce it David Muir on World News Tonight. That one had me like, okay. I was just answering questions like I thought it would just be an article. And then they were like, yeah, you should tune in at this specific time. And then they're like, one teacher quietly working in her classroom, Durham, North Carolina. Me. That's me. They got me. But I'm shocked. I'm just a teacher. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm just a teacher. I'm not doing anything that's amazing. I'm just making sure I help people, and I'm just grateful. I can't believe it a lot of the times, and I'm also I always compare it to Mean Girls, the end of Mean Girls when I forgot, I think it was Regina George, and she broke the crown and was like throwing pieces of the crown like, this belongs to all of us. Because I'm like, I don't do this thing by myself. I'm serious. Y'all have to see these pictures and videos. This is amazing. Amazing. But I just am always shocked. And I'm a shy person. I'm just kidding. But
I was going to say.
Wait a minute.
But for real, I am like, this is weird. They're talking about me. But it's very humbling, and it feels good because it does make you feel like somebody sees you, and they see the people that work with you. And I always try to make sure that I don't take the credit for it, because it's a team, and it's not me. It's just a team. I just had the idea.
Yeah, but a lot of people are good people, but they stand on the side, and it does take a little something to get out there. And you picked up the ball and ran with it. Probably a bad sports analogy, but you get
I think I like to think I'm a basketball player.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
In my mind, I'm 6'4".
I know, me too.
In my mind, I'm 6'4". I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about the reality that I might be, 5 something.
But look at what you've accomplished and the great things you're doing. And your students have learned from you, not only, through your words, but your actions. And hopefully they'll take that with them as well. So you have no idea where this might be 10 years from now. Well, maybe you do. You
I love it. They get to be a part of it too. Like, they get to come and help pack bags too. So they have some agency in this as well.
Yeah. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet they feel really important.
They do.
Helping you, and yeah.
And every time the news comes, I'm like, come on, y'all get up here. Sure. And one of the first year when I was at Glenn Elementary School, that was the year 2018. Yes, and that was the year we were able to do the whole school. And I don't remember which news station covered the story. And the kids were in the interview with me. One of those students that was in that interview, she goes to Southern High School, and Southern Durham High School just supports the food raiser. They send their SGA, they send their basketball team, their cheerleaders, the all the clubs. And she was like, one of the counselors from the school said, I think one of my students knows you. And it was one of my students who was in that news interview. And she was in 5th grade. Now she's a senior in high school. Wow. And she helped then, and then she's a senior coming back to help now. And I was, I could cry real easy. So
yeah, that had to make you feel great. Yes. Yeah, it's changed a life.
And it's beautiful. Like, that's so cool.
How am I doing? Do you think I'm your favorite yet? I don't want to take a pop quiz. No, I meant it sincerely. I really did mean it. I mean, that's got to be an amazing feeling. It really is.
So beautiful.
So how can people tuning in, how can they get involved? How can they support you all, or
follow me along on social media?
Yeah.
Follow me on social media. My name on Facebook, Turquoise LeJeune Parker, and on Instagram, my name is Oh Gorgeous One.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have to go, Oh Gorgeous One. That's it.
Very
that's
nice.
a pop quiz.
Okay.
Oh Gorgeous One. And then I don't. That's how a lot of people find out, is following me on social media, just to make sure that it's available, because I want people to know and show up, and people want to. That's the beautiful part about it. It feels like, and I have a good playlist. I just want to shout myself out. So it's loud music. It's not too loud, but too overstimulating. But it's loud music, good playlist, and everybody is just happy. Like, everybody is just happy to be there. So it feels good, and everybody's like just looking like it's I don't even know. I feel like I'm in like Sister Act 2 at the end when they were like joyful, joyful, and everybody is just excited. It's so cool. I love it.
Oh, Gorgeous One.
Well, you didn't do the hand gesture.
Oh, See,
the left.
I would have failed the pop. See, this is why she's
why
the
you need
pet.
a
I'm not.
teammate.
She's
This is
the one
why-
who says,
see?
"Are we going to have a test?" When the teacher forgot.
And you can't even look on her paper.
No,
This
I
is
mean,
what a good
what
teammate is, though.
Yeah. I still like the glasses without the glass. I mean,
It's a thing.
it is a thing.
And then you have to
Well,
go
you made it a thing. See,
Oh, yeah, you can still use, take them off.
My favorite is when I go like this, like I really need This is really something that I didn't, it sounds cliche, but I really just never saw it becoming this. I'm like,
well, I think it's going to get bigger. I think it is too. So
I do hope, because it's impact. Just want I want that impact to spread.
yeah, it will undoubtedly. Oh,
Yeah. Yep. You got it. Yep.
Do you have any?
Can't wait to go home and tell my wife
know,
I interviewed
yeah.
old gorgeous one.
There you go. That comes from the TV show, the 90s TV show, A Different World. That's like the theme
She'll
of
know it. She'll know it.
That's
yeah.
the theme of me and my husband, our lives, is that show. And some of my friends from college started calling me that. And then I was like, you know what?
Just worse names.
So my students call me that, Miss So Gorgeous One.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, do you have any advice for anyone, if they want to start something similar, or what would you tell them?
Please be genuine about what you're doing. I didn't ask for, to be on WRL or CBS or CNN. I didn't ask for any of that. This was a very genuine start to help people. And that's all that I ask of anybody who wants to do anything, is to just be genuine and not try to have any type of selfish ambition or gain from this personally. It's helping people. And if you really want to help people, then relationships, I just can't say that word enough. Like, if you really want to help people, you will know the people and you will know what it is that they need. But when you try to start making it about yourself, you lose that connection, and then you're doing things for people who don't need that, because you've forgotten that we're here for actual human beings. And that's the biggest thing, is be genuine. When you're genuine about something, the things will happen. And it doesn't have to be $106,000. I didn't see it getting there. I was amazed at us being able to do 20 families. And I would have been grateful to be able to do 20 every year, but that's just not what the Lord saw fit, obviously. And so we have a whole situation. Like, we also have to get like a whole separate dumpster for those days, because it's a lot of trash. We have to get like an entire team to drive these U-Hauls to the schools. It's
quite the deal.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a serious team. Like, there's a core of people who come around me to just kind of help me think through all of this. Like, great. My principal and assistant principal are phenomenal. My principal gives me leave days for those days so that I can run the food raiser and not have to try to teach and run the food raiser. So that type of support, like, it's because she sees it as it's just a genuine need. And kids can't learn if they're hungry. They can't. It's just the reality. So that's my only ask, is that if people do something, do it because you really want to do it for someone else. Like, you genuinely want to do it. Don't do it for yourself, for your glory, for your face on the flyer. Is it about the people, or is it about you? Because if the moment it becomes about you, that's when everything is nothing will prosper. And it's about people, real people, helping real people.
That could be a lyric of a song.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't it? I mean,
Real
really
people
good.
helping real people.
Real people, yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's good advice. It really is. Anything
Anybody decides to do, whether it be you want to collect shoes, and you want to make sure that
or glass for eyeglasses. For people who are deprived.
I'm just saying.
Oh, gorgeous one.
I'm just saying, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever need or gap or void you're trying to fill, just make sure that you're genuine.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And it was
Thank y'all.
awesome having you on. And
This is cool.
well, we really appreciate it. I'll definitely be following along. And,
Okay.
What you're doing is awesome.
Thank you.
Really is awesome.
wait, actually, so spring break, doesn't it move for all those schools?
Well, for Durham Public Schools, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Mhm.
Okay. I
Yep.
was thinking about, some of my friends, and then they all have different spring breaks.
Yeah, for Durham Public Schools, it's all the same, especially like the year-round schools. They are on our track. We only have one track of year-round schools in Durham, so we're all on the same track. So it's all, now when we start moving to North Carolina, you hear that prophetically. When we start moving to doing the whole state, now we're going to have to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine's in year round, so it's
Right. We're going to have to figure some
sometimes
stuff
they're
out.
off more than they're in. But
Right.
We spoke with the doctor at Duke, and he every year he went after grants to pay for his and his team's salary.
Wow.
And I feel like you could peel off, a team, and I don't know. I feel like
It's so many things.
I'm behind you.
It's so many things that I'm like, we gotta get this done. The needs just get greater and greater.
Yeah.
And people just need a break. Like, they just need something to give. And it's simple as like just a month. Like, can you cover 1 month of my rent just so I can have some breathing room? It's on the way. It's on the way. I don't believe that it's gonna, I don't believe, he's brought me this far to just stop. So many more people to help.
Well, and even the snowstorm. Yeah, right. And I went to Walmart, and they were already talking about it's coming. So I mean, the place was empty, right? Yeah. So when you got people who are living paycheck to paycheck, and I did that for most of my life, it was like, if you are getting paid on Friday and the shelves are empty on Monday, how do you eat and survive a storm, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
crazy.
It's
anyway,
not.
I digress. I guess I was complaining about that anyway last week. So.
But it's real because then, you got these.
You panic. I would panic.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary. But.
Yeah, you're awesome, though.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate this opportunity. I was like, why do they want to talk to me? But thank you.
You were perfect. Well, welcome to our Flags of Change segment, where we explore how powerful symbols are often born from the bold vision of just one individual. So today we're looking at the 36-star U.S. flag. And Kristen, thank you for joining us on this special segment.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I think, at first glance, it seems like just one of the other flags where we kept adding, states and more stars. But how does this flag, stand out from other historic U.S. flags?
Yes, it's special for two reasons, really. It's the flag most commonly associated with the end of the Civil War, and also the flag that I think is really symbolic of Lincoln's presidency. It includes the state of Nevada, which was kind of rushed into statehood for political reasons. Abraham Lincoln wanted to make sure that ensure that he was going to get reelected, and he also wanted to pass the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. And so Nevada was key to kind of accomplishing both of those goals. And then the second reason why it's so, it has so much historical significance is because it was actually the flag hanging on the wall the night that Lincoln got assassinated. So they had basically, the venue had displayed, even though it wasn't the official flag yet, they had displayed it just kind of as a sign of respect. And then when he ended up getting assassinated, they took down the flag and they actually used it to cradle his head. So it's both like, it both has historical significance, but it's also like was kind of a witness to something that really changed everything in this country.
Wow. I didn't know that about when he was shot.
Mm-hmm.
Did they also lay this same flag over his casket?
Oh, well, that's actually very interesting. They didn't lay that particular flag. But they had they were going to lay a 36-star flag on his casket, but there was a there was a rush telegram to Indian flag makers. It wasn't very clear. And so the telegram ordered 37 flags with 36 stars, and Annan ended up making 36 flags with 37 stars. So that's, even though that the flag wouldn't have 37 stars for another like 2-3 years, that became the flag on his casket.
Oh, telegrams are a little
Yeah,
sketchy.
really
Yeah.
smart. Yeah. I always thought, and it is, of course, you get a new state, you add a star, but some of the historical significance of these flags are really, really pretty amazing. I mean, is there like a following of people that collect flags and have this as kind of a, I want to say collection, but they each mean something much more than just simply adding a state, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I even asked you a question. That may have been more of a statement.
Some of them, there are many of them that have really interesting stories around them. And then there's others, I think, that was just like, yeah.
Yeah, just put a flag up. Yeah. But the Civil War, that is a very, especially where we're located, I mean, it's a very big historical event. So I can see where this would be a highly sought after kind of, or at least a flag that people would go, oh, did you know the backstory on this? Because now I do. And I'm going to be very, very popular at parties because most people probably don't know this.
Well, is there anything else, any other lesser known details around this flag or anything else you want to share on it, Kristen?
Yeah, so there's actually two. And it was so during the assassination, it actually wasn't the official flag yet. It was because the way, even though Nevada had been a state, I think several months prior to that event, it wasn't added to the flag until July 4th of 1865. So it's like every year if they have a new state, they'll add it to the flag. We've just happened to have 50 stars because we haven't added any states in a long time. And then I guess the other really interesting fact is that you have so many variation of these really old historical flags. There was no standardization. Like you could, it had to be like X number of stars and 13 stripes, and that was it. So you could have all kinds of like different arrangements and patterns. Like that's where you see some really cool circle designs. You see all kinds of things with these like really old historic flags.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish we had a few different alternatives of the 50.
Boy, and business would have been great back in the early
Exactly.
days
Maybe
for
we should.
flag makers because states like it seems like every day. So that is awesome.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing, Kristen. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kristen.
thank you.
Thanks for listening to Freedom and Glory, Tales of American Spirit. If today's story moved you, share it with someone who'd appreciate it. Subscribe and leave a review. It helps others find us. And when you're ready for American-made flags and products built to last, visit freedomandglory.com. One flag, a million stories, yours included.